James, your hand's photobombing.
I love her personality. Even though she, has her moments where she gets frustrated and irritated at me, she still deals with me and she puts up with it.
And I love his optimism. He's always, upbeat about everything and sees the good in everything. Some things I really love about our relationship is how much we're able to relate to each other.
We met at the Texas School for the Blind and Visually Impaired back in 2008.
We both attended a special program, a week-long special program. We are both visually impaired, so we have that in common. But just the little annoyances and frustrations that come with having a visual impairment, I can vent to James about them, and he completely understands them, and we can just laugh about some of the same things that come along with it.
She's originally from here in San Antonio, and I'm from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we were a good 6.5 hours away. I would start making Greyhound trips every now and again to come up here to visit with her. But, that was a bit of a challenge. We've been together since Valentine's Day of 2008.
So that would make it over 6.5 years.
We got engaged, I believe it was March of 2012.
I am currently 36.5 weeks pregnant. We will be expecting our little girl December 11th, 2014. So.
And her name's Lila. Yep. Lila Faith.
Yep, so her name will be Lila Faith.
You need to free up some space, Melissa.
Well, that's her sit-up seat.
No, I'm saying you need to free up some space on your computer.
Yeah. I can activate your phone, but that's not going to do much good. Alright. You have a diaper? Do I just strip the baby? No.
Basically, how we found out was, Melissa had missed her menstrual cycle for about a week at the time. And she was worried about it. So I was like, no, it's got to be the stress, because we just recently moved back. As the days went by, she was getting a little more worried about it. And so one evening we were just like, you know what? Let's go to Walgreens, get a test, just to, see what happens. We get back here, she takes the test, and it's a pretty agonizing wait, I'll tell you that. And she texts me the words that I didn't even think were possible. I think it's positive. She takes the other test the next morning, and that comes out positive as well. So I'm getting over the shock of actually realizing that I'm going to be a dad. By the end of that day, I'm very excited about it. I've accepted it. It is what it is. It's going to happen. I'm going to be a dad. We're going to be parents.
Gentle. Want to go see James? Go see James. Go. Come over there.
Sit. Up. Sit.
Okay.
So I have a form of albinism called oculocutaneous albinism, and so this affects the pigment in my skin. I have no pigment. So I have, I'm very fair skinned, and I have, no color in my eyes or hair. So my eyes are this lavender color. I'm very, very sensitive to any type of bright light or sunlight, so I get sunburned very, very easily. And, I can't see, when I go outside during the day, or if the lights are too bright, I need to wear a hat or, or like sunglasses or tinted glasses. I see color, I see shapes, I can't see detail. So imagine having an older model TV and an HD TV. Everyone sees an HD, and I don't see an HD. I still see, that regular TV. So all of that fine detail is is pretty non-existent for me.
I see no TV.
The TV's off.
The screen's blank.
And then I have no depth perception.
A lot of even totally blind people, they can see lights, some can see shadows and things of that nature. Yep, I'm as blind as it gets. I've actually been looking for about 2 years before I found this job that I currently have. I had applied to a number of AT&T stores, Best Buy, the Apple stores, and different places like that because, you know, that's what my passion is, technology and helping people and all that good stuff. But the interviewers really seemed to like what I brought to the table, but I would always get that rejection email. I would get that all the time. You know, the San Antonio Lighthouse, they took me in without much issue, so that's good. But it definitely was a struggle to get to this point. I don't like to use discrimination in these cases, but the blindness was a factor. Apple has included what's called a screen reader. Essentially what that is, it will read whatever you touch on the screen. I text, I can check Facebook, check email, make phone calls just as easily as anyone else does.
And, you know, with Apple, they also, you know, in combination with the built-in screen reader, they also have a built-in magnifier. So since I do have some remaining vision, I'm able to utilize both, you know, whichever suits my needs in a given situation. So it's pretty neat with what technology has, you know, how technology has come.
Insert earphone in speech mode.
Blindness doesn't affect your mental capacity to learn. So, you know, holding them back from any subject really is just counterproductive.
Everyone will cater to me, and that is not true at all. Sometimes we encounter the people who are just overly helpful. So they feel like they need to hold our hand to walk us to our seat. And that's kind of where we have to kind of like, I'm fine, just walk in front of me or just keep talking so I know where you are. And so sometimes we kind of have to educate people on how best to help us.
I hope for things like stability.
Starting a family and being a family.
If you see a blind person, interact with them, talk to them, get to know them. You know, get to know our stories. Because, you know, every blind person's different. We're just as unique as the sighted population. Sighted people could learn a lot from us. We're all human.